maybe a couple days.
I forgot to hit record, and this is Force Takeaways.
Yeah, you
coming
missed
at
some
you
hard-hitting
live.
analysis.
Again, yeah, we missed about the first 3 to 4 minutes of our trade deadline analysis, but that's what we're talking about today. It's the trade deadline.
Yeah, you missed two
Just
guys going
happened.
like, "Oh yeah, this was a pretty good trade actually." That's all you missed. It's two Jagoffs doing their best.
Well, that's mostly what we're going to talk about today. It's just trade deadline. It's, the top trades, and
Yeah,
then
the winners and the losers.
the winners, who won and who lost, what we learned. I love those articles too. What we learned.
We all lost because we had to listen to Adam Schefter
Oh God, don't get
more
me
than
started,
usual. That guy
dude.
sucks. I'm sorry, but if that guy died in a car accident, I wouldn't miss a beat in my day.
I don't want him to die, really. I just don't.
I'm not saying I wanted him to die. I'm just saying it would have no impact on my life. I would. I want I would still get my scheduled day over with.
I had to watch. I found myself in a bar, sort of in the middle of the day on a Tuesday, just
It's healthy.
because I felt like it. That had the ESPN trade deadline special, going. Not normally something I would have necessarily tuned into, and
Oh,
they
you
did
want
this
to watch that at
really.
home?
No, not really. I just keep up just on my phone. Like I'll just read articles about it.
Can
I
I
don't
admit
really need to
something to
be.
you? Is
What's
that
that?
I still pay for a streaming cable, and that is absolutely something. If I would have known it was going to be on, I would have at least recorded it. But I would have watched that within the last 5 years of my life. I would have watched that live. I would have sat down to watch that. I would have carved time out of my day to watch that. That's how damaged of a little boy I am in a man's body.
I mean, it's also kind of a symptom of the fact that I didn't really think it was going to be that big of a trade deadline. I didn't really care all that much because I didn't think the Broncos were going to do anything, and I didn't think there were going to be any major moves. But turns out there kind of was some major moves, and we'll
Yeah,
go
there were
ahead and
some
start.
big moves. Yeah.
We'll start with the what was obviously clearly the most impactful one, which is the Indianapolis Colts acquiring Sauce Gardner from the New York
Yeah.
Jets for 2 first-round picks, one this year and one next year, and Adonai Mitchell, who things aren't really working out for him at the Colts. He has been accused of being a bit of an airhead, maybe kind of missing.
Yeah.
You mentioned
Missing
he
some meat
misses meetings and tries.
passes. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure he killed a dog on accident.
Oh, what?
I don't know.
No.
I just made that up.
Okay, that scared me.
If it was an accident, it would be fine, though.
I actually just listened to a Colts podcast today, and they were kind of like, yeah, it wasn't.
Talking about dogs.
They
Okay.
weren't terribly worried about losing him, but I
No,
mean,
because they're still going to win a Lombardi, baby.
Sauce Gardner is actually what going through the concussion protocol right now. So but they have announced that he's ready. He's not out anymore, right? Doesn't necessarily mean he'll play, just because that doesn't always happen with trades. But he is on. It's on the table that he could see playing time this Sunday against Atlanta in Munich. I think it's a Europe game early.
Yep, it's Germany. He could become the first player to play in 2 European games in the same season.
Whoa.
But hey, I just want to say that Colts loss on Sunday was not great. My sweet boy Daniel Jones looked like Giants Daniel Jones. Um, I want to call it that was a trap game. That was an unexpected trap game for my Colties. Defense
Our Colts.
underperformed. Our Colties. Um, you're not going to see that team every week. I'm not really worried about it. Daniel Jones was due to have a bad game. I don't think he's turned into a pumpkin. I'm not overreacting here. He's still my MVP in my heart, and you know, in my DraftKings queue. I'm not worried about it. I think they're a team with a good defense and a very reliable, consistent run game and a great O line and a quarterback that can make things happen. Um, this is still the best team in the AFC to me. It's a fluky loss. They're going to be fine. They're going to be fucking
Yeah,
fine. I also
yeah.
love this trade. They leveraged the future on it. The next 2 first round picks on there is a higher risk associated with this just because you give up
Oh
the
yeah,
the two high value lottery tickets, right? That's really all first round picks are. But also, cornerbacks are so high variance when it comes to quality of play and their athletic peak. That is a position that falls off a cliff. Look at Jair Alexander. He's only 28. He went from all pro to a guy that was a healthy scratch for 5 games with a team that needed help on defense earlier this year. Um, there is a lot of risk associated there, but man, he's probably the number one man coverage corner in the league. I'm excited to see how Lou Anarumo uses them. We're in the middle of a Lou Anarumo renaissance, and they just brought in badass reinforcements. I am fucking psyched about this. This is cool. You have a very important, very good player playing on a very important, good team, and I give this an A plus plus. I love it.
yeah.
Fuck the future. Who gives a
The ma-
shit?
the main thing this said to me was that the Colts are saying it loud and proud, and this wasn't
They're
really
all
like a
in.
secret before, that not only are they all in, but that they are a defensive team, despite
I love it.
having Jonathan Taylor and a good O line and Daniel Jones having a renaissance, another renaissance happening.
Well, how do you
Their defensive core has
difference?
been drafted over the years, and they have these guys that are starting to get older, and like you said, like this is a big win now move. This is like, all right, no first round picks for the next 2 years.
Yeah, it's
They're
nuts on
trying.
the
They're
table,
trying. They're trying to make a Super Bowl. They're trying to win a Super Bowl in the next 2 or 3 seasons, or it's like, well, fuck it. Which a lot of people wish their teams would do something like that when they start to get a little bit momentum,
right?
and like you said, things are sort of falling into place. AFC isn't necessarily, um, you know, being ruled by the guys the teams that we thought it was going to be ruled by. It's a little bit more open. The Colts could very realistically get the 1 seed. And on the other side of it, the way that the Colts are, willing to be like, all right, let's go, let's win a Super Bowl. Fuck it, fuck them kids.
Yeah,
We're trading for one of the best lockdown corners in the league. The Jets, on the other hand, have the I don't know about courage, but the foresight to be like, hey, this season is a nothing burger. We're fucked. Let's get rid of Quinn Williams and Sauce Gardner and get some new guys in here and see what Aaron Glenn can do.
this
Like
is also
and
the second time in like 5 years they've like
that they've done
sold
that.
off all their players and hoarded draft picks. So like,
Yeah,
it doesn't work for them. They're not good at it. So I mean, bless your heart. Maybe you'll get
yeah,
lucky this time. But like, you've already accumulated draft picks and gotten all pro level players who you just traded for more picks. It's just very silly. The Jets are just so
yeah,
miserable. That's why Mike Greenberg is such a stupid little prick. This team sucks.
yeah. I
Um,
mean, as you don't want to be too fast to say like, oh, good job, Jets, planning for the future, because it's like, well, look at the people that are going to be making decisions of what happens with this future of this team. It's people
mm,
that have not made very good decisions in the past. I'm talking about Woody Johnson, folks.
yeah, and the guy that was your GM that got all that talent that you just leveraged for these first round draft picks and Sauce Gardner and the next guy on our list, who I assume is to be Quinnen Williams.
Right.
The guy who drafted them, Joe Douglas, is now not in the building. So have
Good
fun.
job.
He's Philly, baby.
Sorry, just a quick little side note. I'm coming down the wire here. There's more GM news, more GM related news. The Rockies, the baseball team, the Colorado Rockies, have hired Paul DePodesta to be their baseball operations
Is that the guy from
president.
Moneyball?
Yeah.
The fat guy from Moneyball? Or the Brad
Well,
Pitt
he's
guy?
the Jonah Hill guy. Yeah.
Okay, gross. Yeah, good luck, man. I want your team to be good.
I
I
the
didn't I
Brack.
didn't prepare for any Rocky stuff today, so
Yeah.
I don't
No, I
have
mean
anything to say
this
about
this
that.
this just came down the
Um,
pike. I'm just kind of a little shocked.
Matt Stairs. I like Matt Stairs. He played for the Rockies for a while, didn't he? Mark Grace played for the Rockies for a minute.
Did
Um,
Marcus? Mary
yeah, I
Mary
think
Mary loves Marcus.
late career Mark Grace played for the Rockies. Let me look it up.
Diamondbacks.
Oh, Diamondbacks.
He
Okay, I'm
played
sorry.
Played for the Cubs and
Um,
Diamondbacks.
I
Won
remember
a
as a team
title.
with purple, as a purple team. Um, but do you want to talk about Quinn Williams?
Oh yeah, sorry, I just got distracted there.
It's okay.
Um,
It's okay. You got excited.
Quinn Williams, another Jets move that you could praise as being like having foresight, but not really. I don't know. The guy's one of the best interior defensive linemen in the league, which is a position that if you can get an elite defensive interior lineman, you should get him because there are not a whole lot of them.
Yeah. So
Really,
I
like
got a lot to say
game
about this
changing
trade,
interior defensive
and it's
lineman. I
not
know
positive.
this is your bread and butter. These are your boys, right?
This was a bad trade for the
Oh no.
Cowboys. You used one of the picks that you acquired from the Micah Parsons trade to get an older guy. He's a 28-year-old interior defensive lineman, and like, yes, he's very good at stopping the run. He has had kind of a regression year when it comes to rushing the passer. He is a dominant inside force, but like, this is your answer: is to like spend the capital on Micah Parsons trade on like an older and like less effective, albeit all pro caliber player. It's just very stupid to me. And then they got rid of Mozzie Smith, who like, you know, I don't know, good for the Jets to have like a guy to toss into their rotation. And like he wasn't really working out in Dallas. Like he was, a hyped up draft guy. Um, but it's just so like the way they do things in Dallas is so stupid. And like this is just Jerry Jones being such a moron and like cutting off your nose to spite your face just to prove a point because you didn't like a guy. And you just keep owning yourself over and over again over it. It's pathetic. Um, Good luck, but like,
Yeah,
I don't respect you.
I don't really see how people are spinning this into people being like, now hold on, now the Cowboys, blah, blah. It's like they put themselves in this position by trading away Micah Parsons for not really very good reasons. It like you said, it just stemmed from a personal grudge. You didn't like that he didn't exactly take to your fucking illegal negotiation tactics, so you sent him packing, and now he's
Yeah,
on a pretty goddamn good team, and your defense sucks cock.
he
And
exercised the leverage, the only leverage he had, and you took that personally because you're a weird old white guy who's drunk all the time. And you manufactured need. So like, yes, okay, great. You made your defense better with an all pro player, but you could have just had Micah Parsons. You could have had transcendent pass rusher who's like 25, 26 over an interior defensive lineman who's 28, who probably has a couple years left in his peak. Like an
yeah, which
edge
is
rusher is a position that ages so gracefully in this league. He's going to be one of the best pass rushers into his early 30s. Micah Parsons is. Um, and it's just like it's just so stupid. What a doofus move.
yeah, I was pretty shocked when I saw this come in. I was like, what did the Cowboys now the other reaction I saw, because my first reaction was like, do the Cowboys think that they're like good? Like they're gonna try to like make a run? And then you saw a lot of the response was like, come on, the Cowboys. This was not a win now move for the Cowboys. This is a next year move for the Cowboys. Okay, they're planning for the future. Okay, give them a little pat on the head. Give them a little gold star. It's like a good job. I mean, you like as we've gone over, this is a mess of their own making. This is like if somebody took a shit on their own floor, and then they're like left it sitting there and festering, and it's all like crusted
Yeah,
over,
and they
and
kind of
then
clean it up and they want a reward.
yeah, but no, but then they go and buy a really. They're like, hey, they post on Instagram, hey everyone, I just bought this really fancy, like really nice top of the line vacuum cleaner, like steam cleaner, carpet cleaner thing, like a specialty one. Like it's really nice. It's like, okay, well that's cool, but you didn't need that before you took a huge shit on the floor and wiped it all around. Like that's a nice thing you have, but it's what are you gonna do about the shit on the floor though?
Yeah, there's still shit caked on your floor that you
The
shit on
act
there.
of like what do you are you gonna shit on the floor? Did you buy this so you can keep shitting on the floor? Because that's not gonna work if you keep doing that. That's not
Yeah,
a,
it's
that's
amazing.
no way to live or run a football team.
I actually
Like
saw like a verified. He's like a Cowboys like podcaster blogger guy who is verified on Twitter, whatever that even means anymore. Um, but like positions himself as like a legitimate insider or whatever, who actually made the argument that like he would rather have this Cowboys offense and like be losing games, but watching this offense than having the Eagles offense. So basically his argument was like, yeah, I'd rather suck shit and lose because our defense is so bad than like be the Eagles who are 6-2 and going to win the NFC East by 3 games this year because they're competent on every side of the ball. And it was just like the word cope is thrown around a lot, and it has like I has some pretty like far right like connotations now, right? Like it's definitely been like one of those words that was co-opted by like weird racist
yeah,
fascist guys online. But like the
Woke is
coping,
taking it back, dude. Woke is taking Cope back. We're bringing it back.
um,
It's ours
the
now.
the coping is like so it's like Olympic level coping, and like what a crazy the mental gymnastics that you have to do, and then like people are agreeing with the sentiment where it's like okay, like you have 30-year-old fans that have never seen your team win a Super Bowl, and this is why you guys are you're pathetic and your standard is pathetic. Congratulations.
Yeah, you have fans who have like been in the labor force for 10 to 15 years who've never witnessed you even sniff an NFC championship game, even get a whiff of one. So
Nope.
yeah, good luck with that, I guess.
Yeah, have fun.
And the secondary thought that when I saw the specifically the Quinn and Williams trade come in, I was like, okay, what do the Cowboys think they're doing? Are they trying to be like are they like think they're making a little big boy move here? And secondly, and maybe this is cynical, but I was like, it was kind of like the, it was literally the second to last trade that came in before the deadline, and I was kind of like, Jerry did this on purpose. He wanted a buzzer beater. That he wanted a big
Mhm.
splashy buzzer beater, so we keep talking about him, and we did.
Well, I think
And
they got it done on Monday night, and then they were like holding the paperwork because he was talking about it on Monday night. Like, oh, we
well,
got something coming.
we got
And then they
something
announced
coming.
Logan Ryan, like an off-ball linebacker who's like above average. But like, I don't know. Can we just quit talking about them?
Yeah, I mean,
I hate them.
just go through these other trades. The Bears got that sort of depth D lineman edge guy from the Browns. The Seahawks got Rashid Shaheed. That seems significant. That was kind of a big one.
Yeah, that's gonna make that offense even more fun. Like they have like a legitimate um deep threat field stretching, like very fast, like elite level speed, high end speed on that offense now. Playing next to JXN, who's going to command a lot of double teams because he's having a legitimate, like, you know, coming of age year where he's like announcing his superstardom to the league. Like, it's amazing. Like, that offense just got a little scarier. Like, I'm excited. I don't think like the Seahawks are a legitimate um, Super Bowl contender
You
necessarily.
don't?
No, I think like the Packers and the Lions I'd rank above both. I'd rank both of those teams above the Seahawks right now. I need to see a little more. I need to see a little more from Sam Darnold. What they've done to this point has been very impressive. But the last time we saw Sam Darnold, he was shitting his pants and in the
Yeah,
wild card round,
yeah.
or in the divisional round, excuse me. Um, I need to see him actually do something. I need to see him win a high leverage game against a real opponent that's not a beaten up, like, okay, awesome. You kick the shit out of the Commanders. They're very old, and their best player dislocated his elbow and is out for the rest of the season. Like, that's not an accomplishment. Show me something. Show me something. And like, knock on wood while I'm saying this, but like, I need to see a little more. But it's a very good move.
Yeah, he did have I remember he had a crucial fumble in the Texans game. I mean, the Texans defense is really good.
He
But
hasn't
yeah,
shown me
look at
anything that went like okay, so like a guy like Jalen Hurts, a guy like Matt Stafford, um, those guys in the NFC are dudes that I have seen under the most pressure on the biggest stage with the brightest lights absolutely step up and deliver and play their very best. Sam Darnold does the opposite of that. So until he does something close to that, I'm not going to believe in the Seahawks. I'm very happy for Sam Darnold. He's probably going to have to ask for like a raise, a contract extension because he's like way underpaid for how he's performing this year. Like $30 million a year like that's too little for what he's giving them. But do it in the playoffs, man, and then
Yeah.
I'll change my mind about you. Then I'll be worried about the Seahawks. I'm not worried about the Seahawks in the playoffs right now because of who their quarterback is.
Damn,
And
I kind of forgot about how he. I mean, people talk about Daniel Jones turning into a pumpkin. I mean, Sam Darnold, that playoff game against when he was with
yeah,
the Vikings, that
terrible,
was just
absolutely terrible. And yes, he had like an
you can
injury
hear
line, and there was
him like yelping
yeah, it was
almost.
bad. It was miserable. It made me feel very bad for him. And I'm kind of a Vikings hater. Um, So if I'm feeling anything for that team, that's saying a lot. Joe Tryon Troyanka is the pass rusher you mentioned from the Browns to the Bears. I like that guy. He played for the Bucks for a very long time. I have
He was
watched
a
a
first
lot
round
of Bucks
draft pick.
football. Watched a lot of Bucks games just because they always kick the Eagles' ass, and he always played very well against us. So like I'm happy that that defense gets a little piece. When that defense is taking the ball away and when they're aggressive, they're good. When they're not, they can't stop a fucking nosebleed, dude. Um,
They do
but that
not have a
offense is
very good
looking
pass
fun.
rush.
That game from last weekend was great. The way Caleb Williams kind of had like that was a moment for him. That was kind of like a defining moment um, to lead that comeback. 1 minute drive, had a big scramble, throws a great ball to Colson Loveland. Yes, Colson Loveland, that was a bad missed tackle, but like he was putting them in position to win the game. He was putting them into field goal range regardless. So like I love, every week Caleb Williams is kind of like doing another thing to prove that he's added depth and dimension to his game. So like that's a team I'd honestly be a little more worried about playing a team like the Bears than the Seahawks in like the divisional round if I'm just talking about my team because like that's a feisty team and like when that offense is rolling, it's fucking rolling. And Caleb Williams has done nothing but answer the call. Yes, he's had his weak moments this year and has not looked like the guy, especially first month of the season. But if that defense is on and they're taking the ball away and they're forcing turnovers, um, what that offense can do on top of that, that's a team that keeps me up at night more so than the Seahawks right now.
Yeah, they have some ball hawks on that defense. They're leading the league in takeaways. They have multiple guys with more than two interceptions, more than one interception. So they take the ball away. They have good ball, like they're good. They like catch it, like they're like have good ball skills for defensive guys. But then yeah, the pass rush is just really not a lot going on with that. And but they excel in the trick plays, which we saw in the game
Yeah,
against the Bengals. They were running like throw the backup quarterback throwing the ball to Caleb Williams and like stuff like that, like tosses, like reverse tosses and shit.
yeah,
Like
it's fun and creative. I love it.
they excel when they're like off the cuff and having fun. It's like it's kind of cool to watch, honestly. And if you do the math on Caleb Williams, passing yards per game, he is on pace to throw just a hair over 4,000 yards this season, which, as we know, would be a historic mark for
Yeah,
this Bears franchise.
they're the
Could
only
be
franchise without a 4,000-yard passer.
could be a really fun season for the Bears here coming down the stretch, coming past
Absolutely.
the halfway point of the season here. What do you make of the Jacoby Myers trade,
Nice. I
getting
like
out
it.
of the Raiders?
I'm glad that he got away from the Raiders, and I think this is like, you know, I am very pro Jags all the time. I will always be pro Jags. I remember when they became a team. Um, and I remember the Mark Brunell days. At times, they have been a very fun team this year. They've had a very fun defense. They added Greg Gruesome Newsome earlier this season, a few weeks ago.
Gruesome
Um,
Greg.
I think it just goes to show that Liam Cohen doesn't really trust Brian Thomas Jr. Um, that's his name, right? Yeah, BT Brian Thomas Jr., the LSU receiver who was really good last year. Um, this is how good we are at football podcasting. I don't even know who I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure that's his name. Can you confirm? Can you just tell me?
Brian,
I'm freaking out.
Brian, Brian Thomas Jr., the receiver
Yeah,
for the Jaguars. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. The New York financier, Brian Thomas Jr. I think I would have heard if something happened to Brian Thomas Jr. Yeah, Brian Thomas Jr. I think this shows that Liam Cohen is kind of like at his wits' end and like maybe doesn't trust him as much. And like, look, Brian Thomas Jr. does not succeed in running those deep, big routes. Like, that's not his strength. So he is struggling in the system. Jacoby Myers is I think gonna like reflect more their style of play and thrive in this offense. And it's just like it, they want to make they think they're a playoff caliber team, can Trev be consistent. Um, that defense has all pro level talent at every level, which is exciting. Um, I'm excited to see what the Jags do. They're a team that they sneak into the playoffs, they can make some noise. Jacoby Myers is like a sneaky, like very productive, good wide receiver too. So I'm excited he's going to this team, and we'll see what his production looks like. But I think it speaks volumes about where they feel about their receiving options right now, especially with what's his nuts going on IR. Remember that guy that was supposed to be really good, but he hasn't done shit. What's his name?
For
Colorado
the
receiver
Jack.
Travis Hunter.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, the most disappointing guy in the world. Um,
Oh. I'm
he's
still a
okay.
Travis Hunter believer. I think he will
I
have
am
his
too.
moment.
I
Maybe not
just
this season. Maybe it's a little bit too much for him to handle. It's such a hard, it's such a hard thing to determine where do you use him and when and what at what percentages do you give him the snaps and on defense
I
and
think you
offense. Like
make a
it's a lot to
decision.
work out.
I know he wants to play on both sides of the ball, but and it was really cool what he did in college, but like just make a fucking decision and roll with it. Is he a receiver? Is he a cornerback? It's too much. He's not
Yeah,
like
I've heard that they might move
too
like
much raw
have him
talent.
be a primarily a defender and then have some like, wacky trick plays with him every once in a while on offense.
That yeah, that works because there's a large enough sample size on offense. I think he's gotten enough snaps at receiver to show that he's not really like has not been a difference maker. And like maybe it's also too early and unfair to say that because like Marvin Harrison Jr. didn't look like a difference maker, and look at him now. Um,
Yeah, once they get rid of
you-
Kyler, he looked a lot
yeah,
better.
yeah. I mean, I'm thinking Kyler may not be very good or has given up or something, and he needs a fresh start. But either way, I like this trade not as much as I like a couple of other trades. If you wouldn't mind, if I
Yeah,
brought a couple up.
what was your favorite trade? Or yeah,
My
what's
favorite trade. Okay, I'm gonna wait a second on my favorite trade. I'm gonna tell you two other trades I really liked,
okay?
and then I'll give you my favorite. My third favorite trade. Here, I'll do 3-1. My third favorite trade is Jair Alexander to the Eagles. It just cost them a sixth-round pick, and then they got a seventh back with Jair. They're only paying like 1.5 mil of his salary. He has been a healthy scratch for the last 5 games for a
Oh
team that
yeah,
really needed help on defense. He's a far cry from 2 years ago when he was an All Pro. He was good. He was very good last year. Great the year
yeah.
before. Injuries has just kind of like wrecked his productivity and the way he can function on the field, unfortunately. But then again, he's only 28. Um, I think it just adds depth to a position where this team needs to figure out CB2 before the playoffs come, and they didn't have a lot of depth there. So I like it, right? Like you take a flyer on a big name. I think he's gonna, be a sub package guy. I think he'll be a slot corner, or maybe like a nickel. He's not going to play on the outside. I don't imagine. I think what they'll end up doing is shifting one of the exciting whites to the outside and letting him play in the slot. Um, I just don't know if like he has the confidence in his body or if he has the ability left in his body. The film I watched some like film breakdowns by some guys I really trust, and it looks rough this year. But hey, in this defense with Uncle Vic, maybe he has something that he can add. I just think as a depth piece and what you gave up to get him is fantastic. My
Yeah.
second favorite trade is Michael Carter II to the Eagles from the Jets. They gave the Jets John Mechie the third, a 27 six-round pick. They get Michael Carter II and a 2027 seventh round pick. I like this a lot. Michael Carter has a more recent history of being like a very impactful, effective player. He has had some injuries. He's a freak athlete. Um, I think again, he's CB2 depth, right? He's probably going to play a lot of slot corner with one of the exciting whites on the outside, and I love that. Um, he's very good and playing more of a slot role. in a Vic Fangio defense where there's a lot of trading guys off, right? Like
Yeah.
he's going to patrol X, from X yard line to X yard line, then trade him off to a safety or an outside corner. He's played in systems like that, so he should be able to pick it up quick. He's known to be a pretty smart player. People really like him. I'm very excited about that. I'm very excited about the depth that they're going to have in the defensive secondary now.
Can I just
My favorite, yeah, go ahead.
real quick though? I didn't know John Mechie was born in Taiwan.
Yeah, born in Taiwan. He's technically like Canadian, Nigerian. He has like both
Taiwanese
citizenship.
Canadian. Yeah, lived
Mhm.
in
Yeah,
Ghana for a while. This guy's cool. He's also I remember really liking him in the draft and kind of being at like I remember seeing like training camp videos of him with the Texans in 2023 and being like, this guy's gonna blow up. And then he
yeah, I
kind
thought
of
so too. He well, he
hasn't
got
done a whole lot. This is his fourth team in 3 years.
he missed time because he was receiving treatment for leukemia
Oh
and
my
just hasn't
goodness.
been given the opportunity and like is still coming. We're still recovering from blood cancer. Um, I think he left Houston because um they were very crowded at that position, but they probably kind of wish they had him right now. And same thing with Philadelphia. It's like he was mainly coming out on running plays, and he was a really good, like dirty work type of receiver, a great blocker. I think he's going to have a lot of opportunities as a pass catcher in in New York. I think he's going to fight for that number two role with AD Mitchell.
Yeah.
Um, I'm rooting for him. I really liked him. I liked like he had a couple of moments with the Eagles where he popped, and it was like, okay, cool. Maybe if like Jahan Dotson misses a week or two, we have a reliable third. But they have a guy Darius Cooper who was a seventh round draft pick. They really like. They think has a lot of potential that they want to give him those reps. So like they were able to kind of move this guy. Um, I wish him the best. I really liked him. He has a really cool story. He's Devonta Smith's best friend. So I think
Oh,
part of that trade too was like Smitty probably like talked him up because like Howie listens to his players. Like Howie like does this stuff that like other GMs don't. He kind of bucks trends there, breaks the mold, and I love that about him. But yeah, I'll be rooting for him. He has a really cool story. He's a cancer survivor. Um, I hope he finds a way to flourish in New York. Um, they have a kind of an exciting young receiving core now with Garrett Wilson, Mechie, AD. Like, if this was Madden, that would be a fun group of guys to play with. If you had like a competent quarterback, they need to figure out quarterback, but they have all these draft picks now. So who's to say next 2 years they can't get that guy? Um, but I want to talk about um, my favorite trade,
question.
and this is obviously deeply rooted in homerism and bias and favoritism. But Jalen Phillips from the Dolphins to the Eagles for a 26th third round pick. The Eagles had two third round picks. Maybe three. No, they had two. They had three at one point. But they had two. They traded the higher pick in the round for Jalen Phillips. They even got the Dolphins to pay for some of his salary. So like they are getting kind of like a cheap short term rental that has the potential to turn into like,
Long term.
you know,
More like
yeah, maybe
medium
long
term.
term, maybe they extend him. He has been a very productive edge rusher at times. He does have injury history. He had to medically retire from football when he was at UCLA because of concussions. He comes back and he transferred to Miami, plays so well at Miami. He's a first round pick with the Dolphins. He played under Vic Fangio when Vic Fangio was a defensive coordinator there, and had some of the most
Mm.
productive seasons of his career in the Vic Fangio defense. Vic Fangio also, like you heard a lot of players for the Dolphins didn't like Vic Fangio because they said like he ran practice too hard, which goes to show you everything about the culture they have in Miami. That like they're complaining that they have to work too hard, and they're like, "Well, why do we lose all these games?" Like it's kind of pathetic. Um, but Vic is Vic is one of those. Vic really liked Jalen, and Jalen really liked playing for Vic. So like they actually did do the work on that. They got Vic to sign off on him. Um, he's not necessarily having the most productive year as a sacker right now, but does lead the league in quarterback pressures, whatever that means. Pressure is such a subjective statistic that like I don't want to let that carry a lot of water. And then, like some of the pressures, like he has, for instance, like if you go and like watch just all his film of his pressures, one of his pressures was a touchdown pass. Like, see, he technically pressured the quarterback, but it was still,
Yeah.
it didn't affect the play. Um, I am excited about him playing with this group because we do need, with Nolan Smith coming back, we still need a dedicated number one, like top dog edge rusher type of guy. We're really missing Josh Sweat this year, who is like absolutely thriving in Arizona, and I'm so happy for him. I love Josh Sweat. I'll always be a fan of his, but I think he kind of plays that Josh Sweat role. He's a bigger guy. He's like 6'5", 270, hand in the dirt type of dude. In Miami, they had some packages where they shifted him to the interior and he was a hand in the dirt lined up over a guard and getting pressure very successfully from the interior. So like just imagine that as an option next to Jalen Carter um, or Jordan Davis. I just think it gives this pass rush the piece that it needs. And now that you have like Brandon Graham coming back as a situational pass rusher, that maybe he still has some juice in the tank. You have Nolan Smith coming back from injury, Jalix Hunt, former Ivy League safety, who is now like really
Mhm.
coming into his own as a pass rusher in the NFL. He's kind of taken that next step. He was phenomenal in the Super Bowl. You have like a really talented, like freakishly athletic group of edge rushers in that defense that like the front seven is really good. And now hopefully they short up the back end and the pass rushes there because the D line and the linebackers are awesome. Um, I'm excited to see what kind of dimension this adds to the Eagles defense. They're kind of like middle of the pack when it comes to sacks and QB pressure, so their pass rush absolutely needed the help. I love the scheme fit. He's going to be able to play immediately because he knows the system. There's not going to be that, awkward get to know you, like get to know a system phase.
Yeah.
He's an athletic freak. I love it. And he's playing. It's a contract year. This is his fifth year. He's playing on his fifth year option right now, so he's going to be so motivated to not just play well, but to get to a Super Bowl, play well in a Super Bowl, to hashtag get that bag. Um, but I was perusing Reddit after this trade, and a Reddit user Wishlish went back and read a profile of Jalen Phillips that the Athletic published back in May, and highlighted some very interesting, cool facts about him. And he actually seems like a very cool and likable guy, and it makes me root for him even more. And I'd like to share these with you and our listeners. I have
Please.
9 fun facts about here.
Oh,
Um,
jeez.
he's a DJ who mixes his own workout music.
Wow.
He was an all A student with 1 B in middle school and high school.
Fucking
So
idiot.
kind of a bookworm. Uh, I mentioned this. He almost retired from football after a concussion. He didn't enjoy playing under Chip Kelly, which is hilarious that Chip Kelly almost ruined football for him. And now he's going to the Eagles and is going
It's
to
a
win
fun
instead of
fact.
Chip Kelly. Fuck Chip Kelly. Um, he comes from a family of musicians and can play piano and guitar.
Cool.
Um,
Based.
he loves to read epic fantasy novels.
Oh,
Um,
there's a lot of
he's a
fantasy
cat.
guys in the athletic world
Yeah,
out there.
I know it's really cool. I love that. He's a cat guy. He has some pet cats. Loves cats.
Dude.
He uh he works on his own mental health. He sees a therapist every week and is an advocate for people also working on and talking about their mental health struggles after suffering from depression and anxiety in college. He This one is like I could take or leave this one. Like shit like this doesn't really impress me. But he did an internship at a real estate development company and a fellowship with a company that helps pro athletes transition after football. So, he's thinking long term. He's a smart guy. He's grounded. You love that. And here is number 9. He's known his girlfriend since the 4th grade. After
Oh,
drifting apart, they reconnected during his second year with the Dolphins, and he's even written a song about her.
yeah, they started
Cool guy.
drifting apart. They started drifting apart in 6th grade. It was she got more into Digimon when he was like a Pokemon guy. It just
Yeah, he
kind
was a
of
Pokemon guy.
seems like it wasn't gonna work out.
Yeah, well, you can't be seen with a Digimon girl if you're a Pokemon guy. Everybody knows that. It's a real Romeo and Juliet type of situation. I'm glad they didn't kill
Star
themselves.
Star-crossed lovers. Yeah, I mean the tale is yet to be written, but hopefully that doesn't
Okay, that was a
happen.
weird thing to say. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see how he plays. I believe he's going to play against Green Bay on Monday, um, which is forecast for snow. So maybe it won't be that. There was a big Arctic front coming to the East Coast, so it could snow in that game. So maybe that'll be more of a ground game anyway. But I hope he plays. I hope he does well for my team because I really like. I'm starting to like buy into like the hype that like we've turned things around on offense. Guys are getting healthy on defense. We've added pieces where we've needed them on defense. Um, the O line is going to be healthy. You finally saw Saquon Barkley not getting hit in the backfield and having like those big like 20+ yard runs that he was so good at last year, but also like Tank Bigsby, his first touch of the year. Um, I think his first run of the year went for 11 yards. So like he's running behind the same O line. So like he's been a fun like change of pace guy. So like maybe a little tandem is born here, Saquon and the Tank. And like I don't know, I want to get back to running the football and controlling the game, but if we got to throw the ball, I trust our receivers, and boy, do I trust Jalen. We have one of the best pass blocking O lines in the league, and Jalen Hurts is like playing at an MVP level. The last 2 games, he's thrown 7 touchdowns, no interceptions, like 500+ yards, and has had a near perfect QB rating. Like, if you're asking Jalen Hurts to win it for you, he has shown that he can. He almost won one. He won one Super Bowl, almost won two. He's played the best 2 games of his life in the Super Bowl. So like, if there's a guy that responds under pressure, it's him. And if he's
Oh
the
yeah.
one that has to do it, I trust him. So let's fucking go, go Birds, dickhead.
Yeah, I like the moves by the Eagles. It really surprising no one how he was out there
Yeah.
making
Hashtag how
making
he does it
deals,
again.
making moves, how we do it. I kind of wanted, I secretly want
I've
not,
never seen
not, I
a
mean,
white boy so quirked up. And I'm
yeah,
a white guy wearing a diamond earring right now, Anthony. It's true.
that's that's sick.
Yeah,
I
that's
kind of
dope.
wanted, I kind of wanted the Bills to acquire Jalen Phillips. I'm a little disappointed that they didn't make any
Well,
moves. I thought they were for
well,
sure
they
going to try
didn't.
and
All right.
what's that?
I said they didn't. All right. I was like being like pissy about it.
Yeah, well, they didn't. So get over it, bitch.
Yeah, go
No, but
listen to
yeah,
some Every Time I Die. That's actually a cool band.
um,
Who
yeah,
won the
that's
trade deadline?
who won
I
the
feel like
trade
we
deadline?
all lost it because we had to either read stuff that was put out by Ian Rappaport or the other little dumpy turd I'm not gonna even name. Okay, I'll say it. Adam Schefter.
Okay,
Did you
this
know
reminds me.
he his wife, her husband and the father of his like adopted son died in 9/11, and like
Oh,
Adam Schefter wrote a book about coming in and banging this lady and then raising the guy's kid after he died in 9/11. So it's like he's completely stunting on this guy that just got killed in a terrorist attack.
wow, I did
Weird
not know
move.
that.
Yeah.
Interesting for
Weird
him.
move, Adam.
He has a fetish for 9/11 victims.
Yeah, yeah.
I did have to watch. I didn't have to watch, but I was at a bar. I happened to be in a bar sort of in the middle of the day around trade deadline
And
time.
yeah, midday drinks.
Just a couple midday drinks, which is something I normally don't do. Audience members, mom and girlfriends
It's
who are listening
okay.
to
It's
this,
okay that you do that a lot. I used to do that a lot, and I went to rehab.
but I went. They had the trade deadline special thing on, and Schefter's on there, and at one point he like gets a message, like, on his little phone. And he has to run off stage, and the camera like follows him into like the shadowy off stage, like technical looking area of
Jerry
ESPN
Springer.
studios. And they put up like a kind of a Jerry Springer like graphic where it like looks like a recording camera thing, and it says Shefty Cam, and all these fucking like on air personalities are being like, "Wow, it's so cool to be actually
Watch this
see
guy text.
the news happening." And it's like, this isn't news happening, okay? This is an agent or a front office person calling Adam
He's not
Schefter
a
saying,
journalist.
Here's what you're allowed to say." It was so.
He's
I feel like they didn't used to play this up, like the whole
no,
like
no.
like
They've been
Adam
leaning
Adam
into it.
Adam Schefter and Woj thing of them being like their own little celebrities instead of just
Yeah,
like
it sucks.
the guy who texts us this who tweets the stuff that the fucking bosses text him. Like it's such a charade. It's like really like weird and annoying and
I
stupid.
know, it's awful. Hey, how about this take? Darren Rovell is Adam Schefter with a broken chromosome. Agree or disagree? They're both like cynical,
um,
stocky little trolls.
I don't like Adam Schefter isn't as like Darren Rovell's very like combative and is like always trying to like start shit. I feel like Adam
I think
Schefter's pretty.
Schefter is too, but he's better at protecting it. He has better PR around him. Um,
Uh,
but like he's had a thing with Florio, and like Florio was talking shit on Schefter and like accidentally texted Adam Schefter, and Schefter texted back like "fuck you, Florio." So like he is kind of combative and shitty, and like I think just he has a more like well manicured. He's the hero. He raised a 9/11 orphan. Like he's a really good guy, and he wants you to know. He wrote a whole book about how good of a guy he is.
I remember I was watching ESPN one time and it was I think it was before the mission. It was recently and it was like oh if it was like when Michigan played Nebraska and there were two
Mhm.
fucking barstool guys. One is a Michigan guy, one is a Nebraska guy, and they had this thing where they were like, all right, whoever school wins, the other one will donate $50,000 or whatever to a charity. And Adam Schefter's like he's like presenting this like little thing with them of these like they're all like these fucking former frat guys who think that they're like little they want to
I think
be
they're
the main
so
character
funny.
on the
Yeah.
sports TV show and they think they're like comedians. And so they're doing this little bit and Adam Schefter's a Michigan man too. So they had this whole thing where they were like, "Oh, Adam, don't you want to come on, Schefter, can't you donate $50,000? You make the big money, right?" And he's kind of laughing nervously and he goes like, have you seen my wife's shopping habits or something like
God.
that?" He's like, "Have you seen my wife's credit card bill?"
Yeah, I wish
And
he was on United 93.
they all they all start laughing and shit. Like now
God.
knowing the context that she's like a 9/11 widow and he said that, like that makes it even more like insidious and
Yeah,
shitty.
he sucks, and like no one realizes it because like he's a Disney man, so of course he has like CIA level PR around him at all times.
All right, anyway,
He
yeah,
I
so fuck
control the
that.
narrative. All right?
Come after
Schefter
me, I'm a
controls the
man.
narrative.
I'm
Uh,
40.
what do you say we quit talking about Schefter and we pick those games?
Yeah, we can pick the games. I actually already so we're recording this on Thursday evening, sort of
Yeah, because
late
I was
afternoon,
sick.
and
It's my
I
fault.
all
I was sick. I'm sorry for getting
no no
sick.
no I just say
You
that
can
to
blame
set up
my
that
wife.
it's
I
Thursday
looked
night
at her
football.
shopping bill and got sick. It's all stuff for me.
I had a brain
I have a shopping
aneurysm.
addiction. I can't stop buying New Balance stuff.
No, but
Um,
I just said that just to say that it's Thursday night football tonight, and the Broncos are playing the Raiders, and I already typed that you're picking the Broncos, right? I'm assuming.
oh,
I
I'm
ar-
picking the Broncos for sure. I'm
yeah.
picking the Broncos every week, dude. I
This is
told you
this
this.
is this is kind, and I know,
I do
and
it for you.
we've battled through this on the show the past couple weeks against Houston and against Dallas. I was kind of like wishy washy on the Broncos. I think I actually picked against them in the Houston game,
Yeah,
and
you gotta show your guys more love than that, dog.
not only am I picking them this week, I am declaring they are going to curb stomp the Raiders this week. They're going to embarrass
Ooh,
them. They're going to make them look fucking stupid. They're gonna be people are gonna there's gonna be rumblings about somebody in the Raiders organization needs to be fired after this game. Like they're going to break them. They're going to snap their will to live
good.
in front of Kirk Herbstreit on
God,
airwaves
I
tonight.
hate the Kirk Street.
Fuck him.
He is so annoying. He's such a
He's
prick.
such he's such a blowhard. He doesn't even have like good insight. I don't think I really just don't think he does. Like I don't think he's a good commentator. Like even
He's not.
besides all his little backhanded little snotty little fucking like preacher's wife little secondhand compliments that he gives. He's just
Yeah,
not a
dude.
very insightful or like I never like learned anything about the game really when I'm watching.
He's never
I
said
just
anything that
he's very
matters.
bland.
Yep. But there
Even
are a
in
lot of
college,
plain people out there that
too.
like it. Yep.
I really don't get it. I just think it's because he's like a handsome quarterback vibe, so the TV executives get wooed
Yeah,
by him. I really don't know what he's
exactly.
on
That's
TV.
exactly what it is. He's a handsome white guy. He's got a classic look for TV. He was a very average little man in college football when he played for Ohio State, and he still hangs his hat on that.
Oh, he played
He
for
is,
Ohio State? I didn't know that.
yeah, he played QB at Ohio State. Um, he has never added anything of substance to a conversation. Um, he is just kind of a glossy mannequin, and they could
And
easily replace him with AI, and it
it's
wouldn't
like
matter.
why do you need to it's like why do you need to do both? Like they always do this thing where on his college game day things, they're like, "Oh, and now Kirk has to leave on a motorcycle to get to the other game." And it's like, why do you need to do all that? Why do you need to
Yeah.
be like the main college guy and Thursday Night Football with that dreadful fucking joyless ghoul Al Michaels? My God, dude. He needs
Um,
to take a cue from Nancy Pelosi and fucking retire, dude. Go spend time with your family. You clearly hate football and talk. He hates everything about his job. And Kirk Herbstreit's over there just giving these shitty little the Thursday Night Football broadcast is unbearable, and the only thing that's going to make it good tonight
so
is when the
bad.
Broncos fucking hammer or like sledgehammer the Raiders' face in tonight.
Ooh, fucking A. I'm loving the way you're talking to me right now.
I'm worked up, dude. I'm all sweaty.
I do need Ashton Genty to run for like 100 yards and a touchdown though.
I
Just
I
for
need Brock.
fantasy.
I do need Brock Bowers to
But
perform.
I've won
It's
enough games to not come in last place. That's I just the loser of my league has to eat 20 or 30 hot dogs. And like I cannot do that physically. Like I have any stomach issue and like I have to eat a certain diet.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
serious.
No, I
And from years of alcohol abuse, I've ruined my stomach, and like I can't eat gluten anymore, and like dairy is
mm,
rough for me, and like certain processed food I can't handle. Um, and I wouldn't be able to do that. I'd get sick. I'd have to leave the league. And so I've won enough games to not have to do that. So I could
well,
Ashton
I,
Genty could get hurt, and it doesn't matter. But my team is really like they're a vibe right now, dude. We've won 4 of the last 3 games, like, we're putting up
four of the
like, great
four of the last three. Wow.
or no, sorry, I think we've got, like let me say that again, 4 out of the last 5 games after
Okay,
starting
okay,
0 and
okay.
2.
Yes, yes.
We're a vibe, dude. We're, Piss Sommelier is their team, and we're doing
Classic.
really well. Yeah.
Well, first of all, I
What's the
want to say
next
that
game?
I hope that your league mates would be able to find like a gluten-free or a vegan alternative for you to make that happen. But you know what? It's not gonna happen because you're not gonna come in last place. So you're gonna
Yeah, I'm
win.
not gonna come in, yeah.
You're
I
not
was
gonna have to worry. You're not gonna have to worry about that at all.
remember at the beginning of the year when I, like, was obsessively in our group chat asking for fantasy advice?
Yeah.
That was why. Like, that because I was so worried about that, like, that's and, like, sometimes I forget to set my roster now, like, I accidentally started a guy that was out a couple weeks ago, um, and still won, that's how
Oh
deep my team
shit!
is,
I need to set my. Sorry, I just remembered something.
um but yeah,
One of my
that's why I was like, I kept bothering you guys and, like, badgering you for fantasy advice because I didn't wanna eat 30 hot dogs. I was, like, upset about it, I lost, like, there were a couple nights where I couldn't fall asleep because I couldn't stop thinking about it.
no. We're not gonna let that happen. You're you're
Thank you.
you're not gonna come in last place, okay? I'm not gonna say you're gonna win, but you're not coming in last. That's not what my
Oh, yeah, I
boy
don't care if I win.
my boy is not in last place.
I just
Um,
don't wanna eat that many hot dogs. It's like, I can't do that to my body, and, like, I'm trying to, like, train for these races now, and, like, that would fuck my life up for a little while, and I just don't wanna do that. I'm
um,
34, and I have a kid. I can't eat 30 hot dogs.
I'm a man. I'm 40. Come after me.
Come after me.
Um,
Come after my butthole.
the sun. Now we've moved on to the Sunday games. There's gonna be an early Europe game, which we sort of already briefly touched on. Will Sauce Gardner make his debut in Deutschland to take on the Falcons?
I got the Colts winning this game.
Who will
Um,
prevail?
yeah, I'm not really a Falcons believer anymore. I was for a little while, but I'm out on them all the way out. They can eat spaghetti out of my asshole for all I care.
You know, this team is
You're right. That was a
so
weird thing to say.
no. That was really a normal thing to say. The Falcons are so hard to predict and so weird that I kind of want to pick them in this game because the games you think they should win, they don't have show no effort, and the games that you're kind of like, they probably will lose. They look amazing. So I'm low key picking the Falcons in this game. So, like,
Yeah, I
I
think
don't
the
know.
Colts just see this as a must-win game. I think they'll pull out all the stops. Like that was a bad loss. People are questioning their validity. So like it's an international game. Um, Almost no one will be watching because it's at 6 a.m. I'm gonna wake up early for it though. Because I just love Danny Dimes that much. Um, but yeah, I got Colts.
You know what? I'm sorry. I can't. I keep trying to pick these upsets in the wrong spots. I'm not doing it here. I'm going Colts because I think they're just a bet. What we've said about these travel games is that just like the better organization typically wins because they handle the
Yeah,
logistics of it. And I think that I think our little daughter Irsay is going to have everything all snug as a bug there, and they're going to win.
there could
Um,
also be like a collapse. This could be a Colts collapse. We don't know. Um,
that would be unfortunate. I'm
yeah, we've
still
seen it happen to other teams recently,
I,
so it could
I,
happen to
I,
them.
I fully trust the Colts to sort of get it together too. I don't
Me
think they're
too.
going to go like
It's a class organization with
peop
an owner who is normal, and what she does is completely okay.
people are like, this is the
Totally
old
normal
Danny
behavior.
Dimes. This is a East Rutherford Daniel Dimes coming out. It's like,
No,
okay,
it's not. People
it's
just
one
want to like,
game. I think the Colts coaching staff is proven to be like pretty good, and I think whatever issues they had in
yeah,
that
man,
Steelers
Shane
game,
Steichen
like
rocks.
they'll clean it up. This is not the Giants. I'm not definitively saying that, but I'm just saying like I expect them to win this game. Okay, so
Same, big same.
continuing at noon, we have the Fail Bowl Browns at Jets.
Ooh, Jesus Christ, Browns.
This is
This is a really hard game to pick because
this is
it's
really
like a
stupid.
repulsive thing to hear that it exists. So bad.
Jeez, this is stumping us.
I'm gonna
That
pick the Browns.
we pick the Browns.
Yeah, you can't stump this Schwab.
I'm gonna pick the Jets just to zig where you zag because we literally picked the same exact had the same picks last week. I think we both went 11-3.
I like that.
So
I'm
I
gonna start
gotta
doing that to you. I'm just gonna make you pick all the ones before.
you're catching. I'll go first on this one.
Okay,
You're catching up to me, so I got to zig a little bit.
it's
This
not a
one I know
competition, Anthony. We're friends.
who I'm picking in this one. Saints at Panthers. I'm going Panthers, dude. I think
Yeah,
the Panthers are a little spicy.
I've got to go Panthers too, if I'm being honest. I don't like the Saints. I don't trust the Saints. I like who did they got? Yeah, they played the Rams last week. There were like two dog shit games on in the Bills Chiefs last week. It was like Jags Raiders and then Rams Saints. And so I was like, it'd be kind of fun to watch like a couple of dog shit games. So I like was watching the Saints game and I was like, I can't do this. And then I was watching the Raiders Jags and I was like, I can't fucking do this either. And I had no interest in the Bills Chiefs game. So like I just listened to music while I was running. I was at the gym. So like I could like either watch football and I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna put this record on, I think. That's a better use of my time than whatever this garbage is.
Yeah, Saints aren't exactly the like feisty bad team that we thought they were going to be.
No, Kellen
They're
Moore
kind
should
of
get
just bad.
fired and come back to Philly.
Yo, okay. Next is the battle for Tom Brady's respect. Patriots at Buccaneers. This one
Ooh,
will probably have Tom Brady on the call, I imagine.
at Bucks, you say?
Yeah, Buccaneers
Um,
have been kind of struggling a little bit the past few weeks. I don't know.
yeah, they've kind of been
Not
exposed.
not sure what
They're
their what injury report is this
they're
year or
kind of like
this.
last year's Commanders, where it's like they're the king of one score games, but you can't really like rely on that and like be a legitimate threat. But that being said, I don't know. I think you got. I love Baker, but I'm gonna go with the better coached team. Um, and I really just kind of believe in what um, Drake May is doing, and I hate saying that, but like I'm gonna go Pats.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean I like Mike Vrabel. He's a good coach. Titans are stupid. Their fans are really dumb. I've been spending some time in a Titans subreddit.
Oh yeah.
Just because I kind of like, I've adopted them as my little pet team because I really like Cam Ward. Um, and their fan base is just like delusional and like crazy stupid, and like they all hate Mike Vrabel because the owner didn't get along with him or whatever. And I think Vrabel is a very, very good coach.
Yeah,
Um,
clearly.
and I liked him when I was a kid. I wasn't a Pats hater as a kid.
Yeah.
And I was always a defense guy, um, growing up. So, and I really liked Mike Vrabel as a player. I loved how they bring him in as a tight end and like a goal line tight end, H back type of dude. So I'm gonna go Pats. I forgive them for you know, their attempted fascist takeover of the NFL, their dynasty. And now they're just kind of like a young, spunky, fun team. And their running back went to OU. So hell yeah, let's go
Oh,
Pats.
well, I'm just the Buccaneers injury report. Godwin did not play. Bucky Irving did not practice. Hassan Reddick did not practice. Marquise Watts did not practice. Gadecki limited practice. I don't know. I think the Schneid kind of continues for the Buccaneers because the Patriots are hot right now. Maybe they turn it on. Maybe they have another. Maybe the bye week they got some rest and they could have another crazy comeback or a one score
Or
game
maybe
winning
like a
drive.
full, like just like
Yeah, like
a
a full
full
60-minute
game.
win.
Yeah, yeah, that would be cool. I think that like is what sets you aside as a true contender. And like I do love Baker Mayfield, and I do think that if they spend the second half of the season like being a more dominant and complete team and playing complete games, he will be um like a legitimate MVP contender. Um, I think Jalen Hurts, you can toss him in that bucket too. Like if he keeps playing this way, there is an
Mm.
argument for Jalen Hurts as MVP. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna go Pats. They're the better coach team. I just in my gut I trust them more.
I'm going Pats too. Ravens at Vikings.
Ravens at Vikings. Let's go. Ooh, I'm gonna go. I want to go Ravens. Um,
Yeah, it's a
Lamar
kind
is
of
back. He's on like this revenge scorched earth tour. He's putting the team on his back. I don't really trust a McCarthy. I think they played very well against the Lions, and like they're another team. There are so many NFC teams that it's like one week they look like dog shit. Next week it's like, hey, maybe they could like actually go on a run here. Um, and for that reason, I'm going to pick the Ravens, and I'm really just picking Lamar. I know that they've had a lot of injuries on defense, um, but Lamar is going to be the best quarterback on the field on Sunday. He usually is, whenever his team is playing and he's starting. So I'm putting my faith in Lamar.
yeah. I'm sort of leaning towards Ravens too. I don't know. They proved they can put together a complete game, and I'm just sick of JJ McCarthy. This is mostly just me not wanting to pick JJ McCarthy. Is what this ultimately comes down to. Next
Hell yeah, you
is
don't want to pick nine.
Bills. No, fuck.
Yeah, never pick against a nine, dog. What are you talking about? His alter ego that
Oh
takes over.
shit, bro. I hope he didn't hear. I hope he doesn't hear this.
I
If I
don't
never
know.
meet him on the field. Bills at Dolphins. I gotta go. I'm gonna
Bills.
go
Yeah, I'm
Bills
not
here. Yeah,
even. That's all we have to say. Bills. Next,
this is not even really
you
warrants a
fucking hate the
discussion.
Dolphins, dude.
They them and the Jets are and the Browns sort of throwing the
All
white
the
flag
three
in for
grossest
this
teams.
season.
Yeah. I want to say
Um,
something, and
Go
I think I've
ahead.
said this to you before, but like I find I'm very smitten with you, and I find it very charming how much you fucking hate the Dolphins.
It's
And I want you to know how much I appreciate it
it's
because
really
I'm that way too. I'm petty and shitty about certain teams too. Like I feel that way about the Niners, and like, is it because of the 70-point game?
yes. That's what I was about to say. Is it really
That's what
was
I
not.
figured.
They were not a team that I have strong feelings one way or another. I always thought they were kind of like lame. They were kind of like they had like people used to joke that they had like cheerleader colors. It's like a late like they have like a little kids show
Yeah, they kind of
colors
have
as
like it's
and
girl colors, dude.
they were never that good. But
Unserious team.
I never like loathed them. I was just kind of like whatever. They're just kind of a
They're the
bumbling
fucking
franchise.
Dolphins.
I didn't really care that much about them. Then the 70-point game happened, and I was like, all right, fuck these
Fuck
assholes,
these
dude.
guys. Yeah,
Fuck
that's how
these
I feel.
assholes.
The 2022 um, or 2023, excuse me, um, Eagles season against the Niners when they just like destroyed us and like embarrassed, like stunted on us real hard after we beat them in NFC Conference Championship game, and like they kicked the shit out of us. They hurt some of our players. They were talking shit. They put like that beating kind of like was the start of the domino effect to our season, the Eagles season collapse too. So like I just fucking hate the Niners. And I live in Arizona, and every time I'm wearing like an Eagle shirt or hat or something, there's always some Niners fan that brings up that game, and it's like, dog, like we beat you in the NFC Championship game and have won a Super Bowl since. You haven't done shit.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Like Niners fans are like low key some of like the most garbage like fans in all of sports. I don't like Brock Purdy. I know you're a Purdy truther. I will never be. I think they overpaid a very mid guy. Look at what Mac has done in that system.
Mhm.
They have a very good regular. They have the best regular season coach in the NFL. Congratulations. You're never going to do shit. So I feel you, and like that's
I'm
why I find
enjoying
it.
that.
That's why I find it like it's kind of like man after my own heart. Like I get it. I feel very kindred whenever I hear you speak ill of
Yes.
the Dolphins.
And you're now that and then since you've let me know that you like that, now I kind of lean into it. I like hate them even
Yeah, I
like
think it's
more
great.
even harder than normal. So yeah, so I'm
Yeah,
just gonna
let the hate flow through you.
continue to hate them, and the Bills are sort of my secondary team anyway, so they're also division rivals with them. So fuck them.
Fuck them.
Uh,
Fuck them in the ass. Next game,
Giants, Giants at Bears.
Bears.
Yeah, Bears as well. I think
Although Jackson Dart
Bears have had
is
a
a
nice
good
few weeks.
quarterback, I want to go on record saying that he is good, and like he needs to protect himself, or his career's not going to last long, and he's not going to develop like he needs to. But like he is very talented. He has a lot of room to grow, but he has played. He's been very impressive, much better than I thought he was going to be. He has a lot of heart, a lot of grit. I really admire the way he plays, and if he were the quarterback for you know almost any other team, I might even kind of like him a little bit. Um, but I just want to say that out loud. I am acknowledging he is a good quarterback and has the potential to be a very good quarterback. And I see his game. I respect his game. But also, fuck you.
Say one nice thing about the Giants challenge. Accepted.
Um, so one nice thing about the Giants, um,
Well, you just did.
yeah, Jackson, do you have a good quarterback?
Jackson Dart,
Maybe.
pretty good. But I'm just worried about who's they are so decimated on their skill positions. I just don't know what he can possibly do.
Yeah.
I'm
They
afraid he's
have,
going to try to do too much and get hurt, and then it'll be really a nightmare
their
season for them.
dipshit running back's probably never going to walk again. I don't think he ever plays again, honestly. Like,
It's fucked
what a
up. That's
brutal
really fucked
injury.
up.
Like, and he's a running back with that injury. Like, obviously he's going to play again, but like, he had a good half a season and it was fun. And he got to be the, big, loud, dumb guy. Like, he's your stereotypical football player, meathead. It sucks that he got hurt. I think you saw a lot of class with the Eagles organization and the city as a whole, like supporting him and helping him. He got a standing. There's like we have a reputation of being really nasty, shitty, like cutthroat fans, but we gave him the standing O on his way out on the cart, and then Dom dropped off a care package, and I think even Lurie like sent him a message. Like the way the city of Philadelphia and the Eagles responded to that, I thought showed a lot of class. Like the Eagles are the class organization that the Giants pretend to be.
Oh,
It's true.
there it is. Get their
It's true.
asses, dude. Shit. Well, he might have a promising career as either a barstool media guy or maybe a IDF soldier. We'll see. Um,
Yeah, if they started a racist sports network, he'll be great for them.
I think a couple of those floating around. I think Jaguars at Texans.
Ooh,
This
let's go
one,
Jags.
this is kind of a scintillating matchup in my opinion.
Let's go
I would.
Jaguars.
It's gonna be on this on. Well, actually, no. Yeah, I'll have all Sunday to watch whatever I want because the Broncos are playing tonight.
Good for
So
you. Yeah,
I might tune
I
in.
will too because I'm going to ignore my family. Um,
You're taking Jags?
I'm
I'll
taking
take
Jags, dude.
I'll take the
Yeah, I don't
Jags
like the
too.
Texans. I don't think they're too
Yeah,
frustrating. I
Texans.
really want to like CJ Stroud. I have tried to come around on him, and like, I don't know. I don't like the Texans. I like Derek Barnett. That guy's my buddy. Um, but like real life IRL buddy, we hung out one time. Um, and he won a Super Bowl with my birdies. He recovered the forced fumble that sealed the game. So he will always be important in Eagles history. But I do not want to see that team succeed anymore. Houston is
I
a fucking dump.
I still like CJ Stroud. I'm more mad at the organization for kind of failing him. I think it's kind of like a total organizational failure that they
Yeah.
got this guy and have not really been able to capitalize on it like really whatsoever outside of his rookie season. It's kind of a shame. I still like CJ Stroud. I'm not counting him out, but these people in Houston can't figure it out. It's gonna be really disappointing. And frankly, I would like to visit Houston one day. I think it has a really good food scene, good like barbecue and stuff like that. I'd love
Yeah,
to
it's a
go.
very cool scene. They have a very like vibrant local culture and like um it's like a city I would like to visit too. One of my best friends lives there. He is like my running coach. Um kind of. He's my buddy. We were in the same frat in college and he lives there and I want to go visit him real bad. He
A
always visits me.
great excuse
Um
to go
yeah,
have
it'd be
some
cool to go
barbecue.
see like an Astros game. Like Minute Maid Park looks cool. Um
Rockets
but
game.
yeah, I kind of hate the Rockets, honestly. I'm a Thunder fan,
Really?
so like we kind of have, yeah. There's like a bit of a rivalry there.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, that makes
and hey,
sense.
guess what? Yeah, they won the James Harden trade, but how many Larry O'Briens do you have since then? Zero. Okay, that's what I thought. Dumbass. I'm a
Yeah.
basketball guy now that my team is good. Um,
Well, we'll have plenty to talk about after the after the Super Bowl or during off
yeah, but
weeks.
you hate my team, so like I don't want to bring it up, and like I don't want to make you feel the conflicted feelings of being my friend, but also hating the team I root for, because
Yeah, I
that's
really don't.
tough.
I don't want to tell you what I really think about SGA into your face. I don't
Yeah,
want to
no,
hurt
you
your
don't like his
feelings.
style of play because like it's not going to hurt my feelings. I'm a 34-year-old man. He's a 26-year-old Canadian. I don't give a shit.
He's not a man. He's Canadian.
I just like, I just like, repping the city I was born and raised in. It's important. It's huge. Um,
Whenever I see on your Instagram, whenever I see like in the background, like you're like have like a thunder thing on the wall, or you're wearing a thunder hat, I'm like, oh, that it makes Jacob happy that they won the title, so that's okay with me.
it does. I got to watch. I didn't get to watch the Super Bowl with my daughter this year, but I got to watch that Game 7 with her, and it was very special to me.
Yeah, that's you got to savor that because you never know. You never know when you're going to be back, as no
Yeah,
matter
just
how
so you
good the
know,
team
like, I
is.
mean, I don't love the Nuggets. And in fact, there have been times in my past where I have like fucking hated the Nuggets. Um, but when they win and you're happy, I'm happy too. And that's more important to me. Allen Iverson era or Nuggets era Allen Iverson also like shirked me. Like I asked him for an autograph and he just stared at me like he wanted to kill me and
Oh,
shot a three and made it and walked away. It was in hindsight very cool. It was cooler than an autograph. Uh,
damn.
but
Well,
anyway, what's the
he
next
was
game?
he was conflicted during those times.
Yeah, because he
Good
was going
player.
broke and like also needed money, and but his body was failing him. I have his book. I haven't gotten to read it yet. It's supposed to be really good. Um,
That was
he
an
just
interesting
published
time.
a
Him and
memoir, an autobiography.
him and Carmelo on the same team. Interesting
Yeah,
times.
man, I remember. Um, yeah, peak era Allen Iverson was like my introduction to basketball as a boy. Because like my uncle would also like send me a bunch of shit from like he'd send me Sixer stuff and like he sent me an AI
Uh,
jersey and like
cool.
that was like my intro to basketball, that era, and like the whole cool, like just the way he changed like the culture around the game, and like
Oh
he had
yeah,
the gangster image and like refusing to code switch and like the attitude and like
the
I just thought it was
braids.
so fucking badass. Yeah, the braids and the tattoos and like
Yeah,
he's a cool motherfucker, and I'm
yeah, he
excited to
was
read his
awesome.
book.
He was the truth. He is the truth. He's still alive. He's not, I don't use past
Yeah,
tense. Love Allen Iverson. Back to football though. We've got an NFC West matchup. I love these. NFC West division games. They're always so much fun. Cardinals at Seahawks.
Yeah, Seahawks probably. But then again,
Yeah.
like the Seahawks kind of play down to competition and they've already had a close game. But if it's in Seattle, I'm going to go Seahawks. I think it's very smart that um, Jacoby has been named the starter. They put Kyler on IR today. They're shutting him down. He's probably done.
Oh,
Um, I think I was at his last game too. I don't think he's played since that Titans game, if I'm correct.
shit.
So I was at his last game as a Cardinal. Hope to see him go somewhere else
Oh,
and flourish. That would be cool. Maybe like a Steelers type of situation or a team that needs a quarterback, but he'll probably end up miserable with the Jets. But number one overall pick, he's gonna get two or three more chances. Like
oh yeah.
draft pedigree matters, for better or worse. But I'm gonna go Seahawks.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm tempted to pick the Cardinals, but the fact that it's in Seattle, um,
Yeah.
just
If
makes
it was
that
in
kind of
Arizona,
hard.
I might. Walter Nolan like looked like a difference maker in his first game. Um, Josh Sweat is like playing out of his mind right now too. Will Johnson looks like actually like as good as like the hype around him. They have a lot of young pieces in that defense that are very exciting. Calais Campbell was absolutely just wrecking that game. It's because Walter Nolan was eating up those double teams. Um, but I just don't think they really have it. I think Marvin Harrison Jr. has a bright future. I think they need to build the O line, probably get a better quarterback. Um, but they have pieces there to make them a competitive team. Elijah Higgins, I think, is a very underrated player. He's going to end up getting a chance to start. Um, for whenever he leaves in free agency, like he is very good, and it's awesome to see him get involved in the pass game more, especially with Jacoby Brissett. Like they clearly have a connection. Trey McBride is thriving with Jacoby too. Like I don't know.
Trey
I just think
McBride, he has a chance to end the season as the best tight end in the league, like as far as
absolutely.
like receptions and yards.
Yeah, statistically he's not there, but I think talent wise, he's like a top two tight end in the game right now.
Yeah,
He's like he's like a young George Kittle, like um, but probably with a higher ceiling. I think he's awesome. He's good at the dirty work stuff, but is a field stretcher. Like just all he's like he has like the best attributes of like your pass catching tight end and your run blocking tight end. Like he's the total package. And with Tucker Craft going down, I think like
Colorado kid,
that.
Trey
Yeah,
McBride,
baby. CSU Ram.
former Ram. Um, yeah, so very tempting to pick the Cardinals, but I do think Seattle gets it done. Next is Lions at
Ooh,
Commanders.
Lions. Commanders are done, son.
Yeah, I think the Lions are, sorry, I think the Commanders are the
Yeah, Dan Quinn left his boy hanging out to dry.
the party's over,
Yeah,
unfortunately
oh
for them.
no. Wow. So sad. So sad. The works. Fuck Frankie Louvu. Did you see Frankie Louvu got suspended? Finally.
For what?
Dirtiest player in the league for like targeting, unnecessary
Oh,
roughness. He does this to everyone. He purposely concussed Jalen Hurts. He constantly jumps over the pile on tush pushes. And like, I don't want to get into this conversation right now, but did you see how many fucking times the Bills ran the tush push and Sean McDermott was the one saying it was like player safety issue? Everyone is so
yes.
fucking disingenuous, like just a fake ass fucking pussy
It's
in this
so
league.
annoying.
Fuck Frankie Louvu. Fuck the Commanders. They're gonna lose. I can't even remember who they're playing. The Lions. Go Lions.
Yeah. Lions.
Who you got?
I've got to pick the Lions as well.
Okay.
I think they are, you know, coming off a loss. They're going to take care of business against a inferior
Fucking A.
competition. Like it'd be inferior competition even if Jaden Daniels was playing. Sorry.
Absolutely, it would be. You're right. You're right.
Um,
You right about that, Mister
you
Nasty.
you right. When you right, you're right. Another NFC West. Wait, am I looking at the right week? Yeah. Wait. Okay. So this week and next week, all four NFC West teams are playing each other. I just wanted to. That's why I was getting confused because
Okay, yeah, that
look. I
is
was look.
weird.
I was looking ahead to next week, and then I saw this game, and I was like, "Wait, what?" So this week, the Cardinals are playing the Seahawks, and the Rams are playing the 49ers, and then next week, the 49ers play the Cardinals, and the Seahawks play the Rams. So it's like if you like NFC West division games, these are your 2 weeks, baby, and I do. So I'm in heaven. But I am picking the Rams in this game. Rams at 49ers.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go Rams too. I'll never pick the Niners. I mean, I have picked the Niners this year. That's a lie, but um,
But if the Niners do win this game, I don't know. Like some conversations are going to have to be had because we keep trying to write them off and they just kind of won't go away despite all the injuries.
yeah, I think when you're playing like a superior team, though, they're gonna get outplayed and outcoached. Like there's a talent disparity, there's a coaching disparity. Um, I think the Rams are, given the Niners injuries, are better on defense as well as offense. I think their offense, pound for pound, like if everyone's healthy on the Niners, is still better. But like they arguably have the much better defense. But like they're missing so many key players, like Fred Warner and the
Yeah.
Bosa kid. Like that sucks. So yeah, go Rams. Who we got
So
next?
whose house? Rams house. This is the Sunday night game. It is
Okay.
Steelers at Chargers at
Okay, one
SoFi.
that doesn't suck. This is kind of fun. That's spicy. Um, I don't know. The Chargers have kind of been pissing me off lately. Like, I
Yeah.
remember like 2 weeks into the season, I was overreacting, calling them the best team in the league, and saying that if he keeps it up, you could say that Justin Herbert is the best. He was playing like the best quarterback in the league, which was true at the time. But I don't know. They're so mid now. That's how I talk because I'm an influencer. They're very mid. They're good running back. Is he still hurt? That rookie? Is he still out? How long will he be out? Unlikely to return until after the week 12 bye. So we got a few more weeks with him out.
Yeah,
Um,
and Joe Alt is out for the season for them too.
yeah, that's brutal. I'm gonna go
That's
Steelers.
that is what is kind of the difference. After week 3, I mean the Chargers, I will never forget. The Chargers opened this season against all 3 division opponents and beat all 3 of them, and they were 3-0. And many people, including me, were like, "This might be the most complete team in the NFL this season if they look
Yeah,
like
and
this."
when
Like,
healthy, they were like
and then the injuries started. It started with the O line, then it was
Oronde
running
Gadsden
back.
has been a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, he's emerged in a big way, and but
Um,
and Justin Herbert is like, despite the offensive line injuries, he's still like slinging it, getting the ball out of his hands really quick, and they're they're falling behind in these games, so he's having all the he's ending these games with a lot of pass attempts and still getting it done, but it's just kind of hard to pick them in this game, frankly.
yeah, I agree. I'm going Steelers. I like the way they've been playing. I'm picking up what they're putting down, if you will. Um,
I'm
so
I'm
let's
I'm
go
going
Steelers.
Steelers. I'm going Steelers too.
Fucking
I
A.
I, I don't like to say that,
But here we are.
but here we are. Now we'll wrap it up with the biggest game of the week for you.
Yeah.
Monday night tilts, the Friendship Bowl, Eagles at Packers. My
Yeah, I'm gonna go
gosh,
Birds because it's at home. If this was in Lambeau, I'd feel inclined to pick against
it is
my
in
team.
Lambeau.
Oh, it is in Lambeau? I thought it was at the link. Oh, fuck me.
Yeah,
Um,
it's in Lambeau.
um, I'm gonna pick the Packers. I'm gonna emotionally hedge here. Um,
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I deep down, I think that we probably will beat the Packers. Especially with Tucker Craft being out. That's rough. But I'm emotionally hedging so I can come on the show and say I told you this was going to happen if they do lose. So I'm picking the Packers.
Yeah, the Tucker Craft injury is devastating for them. I'm picking the Eagles though. I think the Eagles take care of business. Packers have, I don't know.
Do you
I
think they do a tush push on like the first like red zone drive, like just to like say fuck you, Mark Murphy? I do.
I don't know why I just kind of don't trust the Packers this season. Like everyone, I don't I don't know.
I don't really like fully trust them either because they're so high variance. Like they play with their food, as Chio Kapadia has been saying, and I really like that metaphor. Like they don't play a complete game, but like the Eagles are kind of like that too. So like I can relate as a fan. But yeah, I'm gonna pick Packers at home. I think, um, especially they have that awesome running game, um, very underrated running attack. Um, Josh Jacobs is like one of the best running backs in the league that people don't talk about for some reason. Um, and also, I think there's going to be a little revenge factor with Micah Parsons. Micah hates the Eagles, but he wants to be one so bad.
Mm.
Um, so yeah, I'm going Eagles, and that's all I got to say about that.
You're going Eagles?
No, I'm going Packers. Excuse me.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going Eagles. And
In my heart, I do think that the Eagles will win, but for the purpose of this show and these picks, I'm picking the Packers.
well, there you have it,
It's called
folks.
emotionally hedging. I'm emotionally edging.
Emotionally edging. Those are our week 10 picks. That's been your week 10. Oh well, I guess it's the week 9 program. The week we'll catch you next week to wrap up everything that happened in week 10.
Yeah, thanks for
And
listening.
if you're still listening, leave us a comment. Whether it's
Yeah,
on
leave
our
us. Yeah,
Instagram stories or on Spotify. I put up a poll last week. I didn't even check. What it was like I put up like a joke poll. What did I say? Shit. Well,
yeah. I always don't check that because I'm just very bad at social media. I just like post pictures of my kid or to talk shit about the birds, and like, that's really it.
well, you did talk shit about the birds, and on this episode you picked against them.
Yeah, I know. I'm emotionally hedging. I've explained it, Anthony.
Well, we'll emotionally edge you guys at this
Yeah,
time.
we
Thank you
will.
so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. Um, we'll talk to you next week. We love you so much, and bye bye.
Bye.
Oh, the poll was what should be done about the Harbaugh crime family? Televised military tribunal or other? Sound off in comments.
Or other. Yeah, those are your two options. Just one really harsh specific thing or something else. Let us know.